approximately 180 validated gang members in the county, that number could change in the next 6 months. They don't leave us a calling card when they're moving out. We either put them in jail, get them to go somewhere else, or if they choose to do so, go back to the county they came from. One thing that always gets asked to me is, why can't you just go up and lock up a gang member? In the Commonwealth of Virginia and in the United States, it's not illegal to be a member of a gang. You have the freedom of association. What's illegal about it is when you go out and you start committing crimes, and then that's when the gang intelligence unit starts getting involved with it. That's about all I got, sir. Thank you.
Everybody who speaks will stick around for any questions. If we have, we'll do all the questions towards the end, so we can go ahead with the presentation, because some people have to leave. I'd like to bring up next Deputy Spurlock, who's going to talk to you a little bit about personal safety and the residential safety, how to make your home safe. He'll talk about the inspections we do. We do inspections of your home or your business to give you some tips and ideas about how to keep yourself safe, and he'll talk a little bit about that.
Good evening. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight, taking time away from your families, your loved ones to be here, and to be involved in your community. My name is Deputy James Spurlock, and I'm one of the 2 crime prevention specialists that manage the neighborhood watches throughout the county. Currently, we have approximately 80 neighborhood watches across the county. A lot of them are predominantly in this area, including Sterling, Cascade, Sugar Land, the Lansdowne area, all the way up to the border of Leesburg. And then we do have a number that are also in the western end of the county. So if you made the trip in from the west in order to find out about stuff at this meeting, feel free to get in contact with our unit. We can tell you whether or not your neighborhood is one of those neighborhood watch groups. To give you a little bit of information about the program itself, the Neighborhood Watch program is a proactive partnership between our office and the public. As the sheriff alluded to, there aren't nearly enough of us to put into every community so that your community is constantly under our watchful eye. This program bridges that gap and helps engage the public to help us get where we need to be at a critical moment in time. Our deputies are constantly out of patrol. They're constantly out there doing their jobs and doing it very well. But we're not always exactly where we need to be at key moments. And this is where this program starts to fill that gap. By introducing you to how we do law enforcement, by introducing you to how criminals commit their crimes and ply their trade, you become part of that element that gets us where we need to be. Also, through this education that we provide you through these programs, you start to learn how criminals go about doing what they do, whether it's homicide, whether it's robbery, whether it's burglary. We teach you what to be watchful for. We teach you what should stand out in your minds. All too often, as citizens, unless you have a military background or a law enforcement background, we will constantly try to make ourselves comfortable in our environment. And we will ignore key factors that are taking place around us in order to maintain that comfort level. Through this program, we share with you some of what we see in our line of work. And by doing that, we help you recognize what's taking place in your community and help you start to become part of that process that can get us to a place at a key moment in time so that we can arrest the individuals involved, we can help protect the community before the incident takes place, or we prevent the incident altogether merely by showing up at a key point in time before the individuals have started into the process of committing a criminal act. For those of you that live in this area, almost every community in this end of the county has Neighborhood Watch. You may not know about it, you may not have heard about it, but I can tell you they exist. We're working very diligently with our communities across this area to try to get the news out about their Neighborhood Watch programs. We offer a number of classes through these programs that help educate the public so that they're better aware of what's taking place not only in their neighborhood, but throughout the county. Because something that I constantly remind people about our community, unless you live next door to your grocery store, unless you live right next door to your children's school, you have to venture out into our community. You have to venture out to go about your daily business. The skills that we teach you through Neighborhood Watch can be exercised anywhere. In my 19 years in law enforcement, crime hasn't changed a lot. Technology changes, but crime continues to be effectively done precisely the way it's been done for many, many years. And we take our relationship and what we've learned in our careers, and we start to apply that back to the public so they will recognize it. Once you start to recognize it, you're encouraged to call. Not only encouraged by us, but encouraged by yourself, by your own mind. Because now you know what it is that you're seeing. You recognize it for what it is. You don't try to make it something that's going to make you more comfortable, and you're more likely to pick up the phone and help us get to where we need to be in order to effectively fight crime in our jurisdiction. For those of you that live in this area and aren't sure whether or not you have Neighborhood Watch, if you live in Potomac Station, Lansdowne, Lakes of Red Rock, River Creek, or in Lansdowne Village Green, you have Neighborhood Watch. For those of you that live in the Lansdowne area, if you're in this room, you've probably seen me at least once. You're going to be seeing a lot more of me. If you live in the Lansdowne community, we've already planned classes for your community all the way through September. There'll be monthly classes in your community on a monthly basis, beginning next month on the 21st and continuing all the way through September. If you look in the website for Lansdowne, or if you look in the magazine that's going to be coming out in the next month, the whole schedule will be there. If you live in Potomac Station, we're already scheduling classes there as well. May 5th is the next class we're having with that community. Check your community website for that information. The second major component of our programs is keeping you aware of what is taking place in your community. This fits twofold. One, it helps us dispel rumors. I heard many, many times over the last 4 weeks since the Bennett homicide and assault, rumors were constantly floating throughout the community. Because of these rumors, I was meeting with the Lansdowne community on a weekly basis to dispel these rumors and make sure they had factual information so as not to unduly panic the public with bad information. The other component of this program is ensuring that people are well aware of what's taking place in their community, how it's taking place, so that you can base what you're doing on factual information, not necessarily what is being retread through the rumor mill of the community. We avail ourselves as crime prevention specialists to verify information on a regular basis. On any given day, I receive approximately 70 to 75 emails from communities wanting to check information, find out about something that occurred overnight. So we're constantly working to keep the public as informed as we possibly can about what's taking place.